What's good, everybody? It's Big Time Sports Podcast with me, your host, Perci, Garner. And you can't see it yet, but you're about to see that we have way more people in here than we usually do, which is going to be exciting. I'll try not to talk and dominate the conversation because we got a lot of information to get through in so little time. Shout out to Charlie Jones. But no, this is the podcast. We tried to talk about sports and also events that are around sports. And this is a special one. It happens every year at the end of June. And that's what we're talking about today. We're going to get into some details, but I will remind you to subscribe to our YouTube page. It's been growing nuts. And I want to say shout out to all the baseball and softball and track athletes that have contributed to that growth because everyone wants to watch you and they come to our YouTube and our Facebook to do that. So thank you so much. Shout out to all the teams who have won state championships or who have been on the podium in track or who just came up short but won regional final championship, so on and so forth. It's an impossible feat sometimes, and congratulations to you guys. So, Cy Young Days Festival is what we're talking about in this episode, and we've got a lot of people here. But I'm going to have them introduce themselves. This time, you don't have to spell your name. I would like you just to introduce yourself, state your title, or if you don't want to, just say your name and we're going. Everyone knows that you guys are a part of the Cy Young Festival committee, we'll call it. You guys make it happen, and obviously the people in Newcomerstown do as well. So we'll start down there, Dave.
My name is Dave Boyer, and I'm on the Board of Trustees with the Cy Young Festival Committee.
Awesome.
My name is Ian Berkshire. I'm on the committee with the festival. Come do a little bit of everything.
There we go.
Yep, Jeremy Reneker. Been on the committee for about 7 years or so. Just do whatever they need.
My name's Ed Gibson, president of the festival, 25 years.
Dang, that's a little short time, huh? No. And I got the opportunity to be a part of the Cy Young Festival in 2020, 2021, I can't remember. It was one of those years. And it was, a blast. And then I got to come down when you guys had Eric Gagne, which is amazing as well. And we're going to talk about who you guys got coming in this year. But first, we want to make sure, because we're going to say this at the beginning and the end, so they don't forget. We just want to go through real quick some of the things that are going on at the Cy Young Days Festival, day by day, because it is on the weekend and starting on Friday all the way through Sunday. So if you guys want to break it up, however you want to do it, and if you feel like you want to explain one part, that's fine as well. I just want to make sure we get the information out there twice so people, have no excuses. So what we got, Friday, June 27th, we're starting with the mayor's opening, huh?
Yeah. The mayor will introduce himself about the Cy Young Festival getting started and some of the events coming up.
Okay. And then there's a thing that I was kind of caught off guard about. I didn't know that this was going on, even though it was mentioned to me. It wasn't your guys' fault. It's just me being a bonehead. There's an event going on as well within Cy Young Days where, there's young ladies and they're, being crowned. And I think it's a great thing. They're a part of the parade as well. And if there's anything else you guys feel like on the Friday night that's, pretty important, I know that's the introductory night. Does the Master of Ceremonies get introduced that night or?
He does not.
He does not. Okay. Because usually that's the time they're coming in on a Friday night, and then Saturday is when it all goes down, right? And Saturday, is there anything on Friday you want to mention?
Yeah, there is one thing that's going on Friday that's not on the list here. After the opening ceremonies initially, Chris Hart is going to be doing his one-man play of Cy Young, talking about everything going on in his life and so on. So Chris will actually be presenting that on stage on Friday night after the original opening ceremonies.
Okay, all right. That's awesome.
The cornhole tournament this year has been moved to the school.
Okay.
It's a situation where a group of people want to have this as a designation every year for a cornhole tournament, and they can build up points to become pros.
Okay.
And they will be bringing in all the professional boards and bags and all that.
Okay.
And my oldest grandson, Zach Gibson, is part of that, and he's going to be running the tournament for us.
Oh, all right, good. Yeah, you won't catch me at that tournament. I am not very good. For some reason, I just can't do it. I think I try to do the advanced stuff where you're, instead of just tossing it, I try to do what the pros do. It doesn't work out for me. But other than that, I feel like Saturday is the big day. Are we forgetting something, Jeremy?
Well, kind of. I mean, we'll have the Newtown Cloggers Friday evening as well. And our entertainment for that night, Attaboy, super high energy, awesome band.
Okay.
Yeah, if you like 90s music and high energy entertainment, that's definitely be the band for you.
Okay. I would say most people like 90s music, unless you're
We see
born in
you-
2000 after.
But yeah, going back to the Chris Hart Cy Young one-man show, it's a very good show. He's done it before in the past, and very entertaining.
Okay.
Even for something that probably a lot of people, at least in the newcomers town, know a lot about, but it's still very informative and it's very interesting. So
Yeah, I thought I knew a lot about Cy Young until I, was the master of ceremonies, a few years ago, and then my knowledge went to a whole nother level. And I'm appreciative of that, how you guys know so much and you're able to share that. So I'm pretty sure that's probably a good event, like you said. And his name is Chris Hart, and he's gonna be performing, as Cy Young. So that should be pretty fun to do. Now, is that, is anyone able to just go watch that, or is there a, okay?
on the main stage, I believe right after the Queens are done with their introductions, we'll roll right into his one-man show.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Now, Saturday is when a lot happens. They start off with an activity that I got to watch, and I don't know if I'll ever participate in, but it might be a goal. But I do have an excuse. My doctor said running is probably not going to be something I do after I was finished with my career. So that's my get out of jail free card to run any 5Ks or any marathons or whatever it is.
I had my knee scoped about 7 weeks ago, so no, I don't run.
Yeah, there we go. I have a bike and I'm on the bike. If I can do the hero hustle on a bike, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'll watch. But it's pretty amazing. I did feel bad just because of the age of the people that did compete in it. And as I was sitting on the sideline, I'm like, dang, I should be able to do this. But it's when I was there, I don't know if it was a costume thing, but it looks like is that an addition to where you can wear a costume while you run or walk?
That one is a little bit different. They actually do the hero hustle is normally done in Coshocton, and it's to honor the safety forces, etc.
Okay.
And this year they're combining with our run and doing it along with the Cy Young run. So it's actually going to have a little bit broader scope than what it usually does, with pulling in a lot of people from Coshocton proper to become part of it, and hopefully increase participation.
Nice. You do have walk on there, so I guess maybe I could participate. I can walk still.
I can walk it.
Is there a record for walking? No. See if I can break that. No. But that'll be happening at 9 in the morning. Then there'll be a luncheon and a bat auction. And I believe I won a bat there years ago when Garner was the master of ceremonies. So that's pretty cool. And then there's some more entertainment. You guys want to elaborate on the local Joe, Alex Hersey, and Michael Griffin, all that stuff? Is there anything to is it comparable to the Chris Hart stuff, or I know it's different things, or singing? Are you going to be singing, Dave, or no?
Only if requested.
Okay, there we go.
Planned.
Gotcha. Love it. I'll make sure I request that.
I'll leave my tomatoes at home.
There we go. There we go. I mean, the magic and mentalism, all that stuff, I think that's probably something I'm going to want to make sure me and my kids are at.
It's basically just a variety of different types of entertainment, so that if you're not really into one particular entertainment, chances are something's gonna be coming along that's gonna be more
Yeah.
appealing to you, to try and keep people at the stage for the entire time to get them involved.
Gotcha.
In the whole thing, so, yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't like one particular act, you just kinda wait around, you're probably gonna like the next one.
Right.
Oh, okay. Ian, you know any magic or?
I'll be honest, Coach, I got new, but
Hey, there we go. There we go. I like it. I like it.
about it.
Were you about to say, Jeremy?
Something along with the Michael Griffin mentalist thing. He's more of an escape artist. Act. He's going to do it perform twice, a half an hour each time. And if you can tie him up and he cannot escape your knots, you will win $100,000.
Whoa.
That is something that he promotes.
Sounds like he's pretty good then.
He,
You have to use his rope boat.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I mean, if you're an expert at knots, maybe you can do it.
Well, my son was in Scouts, but hopefully he remembers how to do some knots. We'll see. Oh man! And then, of course, we got the parade, and that's where I got to, ride on the car. That was something I'll probably never ride in myself, but it was a good opportunity to be in there. I don't even know if I could fit in there, but luckily I was sitting on the back of the car, the back seat. But I mean, I know that was a highlight for me. I'd never been in a parade, where everyone waving,
Doing your queen wave.
Exactly, exactly. But that's through the heart of Newcomerstown, and it's just fun. A lot of people are lined up to see, and that's where I think I ran across the ice cream parlor that I eventually went to later and got some ice cream. So got to learn of some places and then got to enjoy some treats. And then there's autograph signing. Okay. And I guess at this point we should probably, mention who the master of ceremonies is going to be since we're at the autograph signing.
Probably could. This year, we have Greg Swindell coming to town. Although technically he has not won a Cy Young award, he still had a very long career in Major League Baseball. Did win a World Series.
That's kind of something.
He was an All-Star. Obviously played for Cleveland.
Yeah.
I'll say the Indians because it was the Indians at the time.
Yep, exactly.
So, we're really excited to have him in town. We're excited to have everybody that we can get.
Yeah, even if it's just me.
I'm gonna say,
I love
that
it.
was an awesome weekend.
Awesome.
He starts out Saturday morning. We have a busy day for him. He starts with that, handing out the awards at the after the run. Then we're doing the gravesite visit, and then he's back in town for the luncheon. Then he has a little bit of downtime, maybe about an hour if he's between the parade, the luncheon, and the parade lineup. So the parade kicks off at 6. Then his autograph session is immediately following at the Main Street Museum. So the autographs are free, but we will accept donations.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the luncheon too, if that's okay.
Yeah. What's up, Dave?
Throw something here real quick. At the Main Street Museum, there are a number of different Cy Young memorabilia that's there. So you can wander through the museum as well and learn a little bit more about Cy Young and see some of the pictures and so on.
Yeah, because there is a lot to learn. It's not just, hey, he won a lot of games, he struck out a lot of people, and he's, probably the best pitcher of all time, and that's why the award's named after him. But there's a lot of interesting facts that I didn't know. I was always someone that, I knew a lot of people's stats. The one stat that you kind of intrigued me with was the amount of games that he lost. Most people don't think about that.
Lost more than most ever win.
Yeah, exactly. That just goes to show how much he threw and how many games he participated in.
These shirts that we're wearing, and they'll be on the during the parade, you'll see them on the side of my truck, have all the major league career statistic records that he still holds, and I would venture to say that none of them will ever be broken.
Yeah, I think it's a safe bet to.
there's one thing a lot of people don't know about Cy Young. He was one of the 4 people that started Little League Baseball in New Cumberstown.
Wow,
Lou Benucci, Paul Parks, and John Heller and himself.
that's awesome.
So he was one of the main reasons was Little League Baseball. And then after Jane Bennington got a hold of me, we changed it to Cy Young Youth League to honor Cy Young. And then about 2 years later, Village Council, which I was on, the street that went down by the ball field was Cornstalk Alley. It's now Cy Young Drive.
Awesome.
To honor Cy Young.
And I got to play in that park too, so it's pretty cool, you know.
Yes, you were one of the best ball players that ever played.
Oh man, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was a good experience. I wish at that time if I knew a lot, you know, the history of Cy Young, other than, you know, he was the greatest pitcher ever. I didn't know that he was from that area at that time, but you know, getting to come down there and learn a lot was definitely eye-opening. So that's awesome. And I think, Jeremy, you said you wanted to talk a little bit more about the luncheon.
Yeah, just a couple points real quick. We are taking reservations for it right now.
Okay.
You can go on our website or our Facebook page to get the contact information.
Yeah. And I'll make sure I include that down below, so you can just click on it and go. If not, I'll still have it there. Hopefully you can click on it. If not, just copy and paste it into your webpage.
You know, the price is $25 for adults and $15 for kids under 12. So, at the conclusion of that, we'll have our bat auction, which we will auction off 5 movable sluggers, full size bats. That obviously will be signed by Greg Swindell at that time. Well, maybe before. That way we don't have any other issues.
Yeah, and get it done.
And during the luncheon, we also give away we recognize 2 players from softball and baseball in the Cy Young League in New Cumberstown.
Okay.
Typically, we go on their pitching stats. Is that correct?
Correct. Those are pictures.
Okay. The boy winner this year is Xavier Watson, and our girl winner this year is Lydia Schilling. So they will both be recognized at the luncheon as well.
That's pretty cool.
And given their Cy Young Award for the New Cumberstown Youth League.
Nice.
Baseball, I'm sorry.
That's pretty neat. That's awesome.
That's all I have on that. So
That was probably my best chance to win a Cy Young. Darn it, it's fast. Awesome. Anything else about Saturday the 28th that we want to talk about?
probably bring up the Adam Culvert Band. He's going to be there again this year. Everybody's a crowd favorite. Everybody loves him. He's backed by popular demand, actually. Super high energy. He's won a lot of awards all over the country. I can't name off the top of my head. But,
Yeah. People can Google these days.
very recognized all over. So, basically country music, but popular. Everybody likes him. So, come on down and see if you guys like him.
Nice. Okay. All right. There we go. And then Sunday the 29th, Faith on the Field. It's a church service. Is it on the field, the church service?
It'll be on the football field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And this
Nice.
is the first year for us doing this, and we thought it was an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, and it's being put on by FCA, huh?
Yep.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. And then we got the vintage baseball, which I believe the year I was master of ceremonies, there was an 80-year-old pitcher playing, and I decided to sit out, for health reasons. And but I don't want to go too much into the rules around vintage baseball, but I will say it's a brand of baseball that it's fun to be a fan. I'll say that because you can actually participate. So I will say, even if you're not a big baseball fan, but you're going to be there eating, looking at all the entertainment, I would say at least go watch some of this vintage baseball because number one, you're going to be thrown off by just how the game is played. If you have no knowledge of vintage baseball, there's no gloves. Fans can the ball. There's like the ball can go anywhere. Let's just say that, and you don't want to catch it in the air. You can catch it on the bounce, and that's still an out. But it's pretty interesting. So if you don't know and you happen to be, at the event already, I would say go ahead and go over and check it out. There's how many teams are going to be playing?
There's going to be 3 this year.
Okay, 3 teams.
Dover, Cumberstown, and the Cleveland team.
Okay, it's fun.
Ron Porter Vintage.
Yes, Ron Porter Vintage Baseball, and that'll be at Cy Young Park as well.
Ron was involved with the festival 22 years before he passed, and he was a big part of baseball in New Cumberstown. The 34 years I coached in New Cumberstown, he was at the ball field with me all the time, getting things done, and then carried over to the festival. So he's definitely missed by all in New Cumberstown for everything
Awesome.
he done for us.
That's awesome. And then you guys got any cars that you're putting in the car show? Ian, you got a car?
Yeah, I might put mine in.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we want my car. I just got a nice little Ford sedan, 2016.
They don't allow Matchbox cars.
Oh, darn. No Hot Wheels and none of that stuff. Okay. And then something that I think is pretty fun is the talent show. Anybody, you guys going to be in that, Dave? Or we're all aware of Dave talents already. He does nothing to really show us. But we got the talent show, then the pet show, and then the car show. Because what I had mentioned before was just the registration, but 1 o'clock will be the talent show, 3 o'clock the pet show, and 3 to 5 is the car show. So I was just at a car show in Massillon. So, it's kind of, I'm looking out, there were some interesting cars there, but I think they were showing off more of their speakers than their cars. Where I was at, it was just a lot of loud music, but I think this one's a little different.
Yeah, I know there, in past years, there have been a lot of really sharp recent cars as well as a lot of vintage cars as well. So it's a whole eclectic collection of just really sharp looking vehicles.
Right now, we have 2 raffles going on. One, there will be 15 winners on it. I'll just give you one of the items. Item 14. A case of bacon is drawing more attention than anything else.
A case of bacon.
Them have a garden. I'll supply the tomatoes.
There we go.
And then the other one, Stockbridge Concrete gave us 4 tickets behind home plate with parking pass and $5 food value on each one. Plus, our festival was throwing in $100 for gas.
Nice.
And that raffle will go through the 14th. The game will be on the 28th.
Is that a Reds game or what game is that?
No, it is not. I'm sorry. It's against the Rockies.
Okay, it's all good.
You don't realize this. They're the worst team in baseball.
Maybe we'll get a win then.
We got a better chance of winning.
There we go. That's awesome. Now, obviously, the weekend is packed full of events. If there's anything there that, tweaked any of our listeners' interest, just make sure like I said, I'll have the website. And you guys have social media as well, Facebook. We'll try to include all that down below. So if there's more information, if you want to send a message, whoever runs the Facebook, I'm sure they'll reply to you if you got questions. Or you can just place them here down below as well. But before we get out of here, I want to see if, is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? Did we want to give some, information on Cy Young or, his real name? All that stuff. Did we want to talk? I know we always do, but it's just interesting to me all the time. So,
Cy Young is Denton True Cy Young. Cy Young got his nickname Cy during his tryouts. The catcher caught 5 balls, took the glove off. They put an X on the backstop. Back then, the backstops were made of wood. But once his tryout was over with, one of the guys there goes, "It looked like a cyclone hit that backstop." So they shortened it from Cyclone to Cy.
nice.
Got his name. When he got out of Major League Baseball, Cy's wife had passed, and he was broke. He lived with the Benningtons. And the young lady that was 3 years old was named Jane. Ended up being his caretaker. At 14, she was given a special driver's license to haul him around. Then she was living in Florida at the time, and she contacted me because I ran the youth baseball program at that time to try to get this festival started again. I told her, make no promises, but here we are, 24 years later, it's still going on, and we would like this to continue going on for quite a few years, just to honor Cy Young with all his achievements that he has, and like you say, achievements that will never be broke. We have a mural on our Elks building of Cy Young and our other hometown hero, Woody Hayes.
Yeah, he's somebody too. Oh man, that's awesome. Ian, you want to add anything out there through your experiences that and how long have you been on the committee as well?
About third festival, 3.5 years.
Okay,
coming up
okay.
Now.
Alrighty.
It's a great time. Even helping out was a great time. So, anyone who wants to volunteer their time or anything, we're always welcome help. And
That's important. Thank you for sharing that, because a lot of times either we just focus on attending, or we might focus on, hey, there's donations that are needed because we want to keep this going and we need financial support. But time is just important, time and effort. And it takes a lot of people to put on a festival like this. So,
And as you can see, Ed and I are not spring chickens.
what do you mean?
I want to mention, there's 6 of us, my age and older, involved, and I'm ancient.
I'm anxious.
But Dave's 3 months older than I am.
Hey, there we go. Yeah, and it's always, it's good to have, younger people involved, but you always want to just with every organization, whether it's church, whether it's Rotary, Kiwanis, Eagles, a lot of those things, you just want, you want to keep people coming in. You don't want just, a group of people going out, retiring, and then you can't keep the club going. So I think it's important that, and you try to do that with everything. You try to, involve the younger generation, show them why this is important, and hopefully they carry the torch forward, which it looks like you guys are doing that, which is important.
Throw another spin on it that you hadn't thought of.
For sure.
That additional perspective is always good to have.
True.
I would also like to thank 2 businesses in our town that allows us to sell raffle tickets. And that is the Hina and Bunty's, the State Liquor Store in Newcomerstown. They got double doors, cold weather, you're in out of the rain, and you're warm when you do it. If we go to the grocery store, Respects, they have a new manager there, and she is awesome working with us, that we can sit up anytime we want there, but you're outside in the elements.
There we go.
At Dave and my age, the heat is too much for us sometimes.
Yeah.
Of course, we're not going to sit out in the rain because we know we'd float away.
Yeah, floods are not always fun. But yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure we're covering all our bases. I know we went through the schedule. We talked a little bit about Cy, and I would just say the best thing is just to go and experience everything for yourself. Again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting Friday, June 27th in Newcomerstown on the main stage. And you won't miss it. I've arrived before, not as the master of ceremonies, and not really knowing, okay, how am I going to get into this thing? And you can't miss it. You can't, you really can't. And, like I said, if there's any questions or anything like that, just make sure you just put any comment down below of what you want to know, and I'll try to get in touch with them, or you can go directly to their Facebook or website to find the information you need. Again, like Ian said, if you feel like this is something that you would like to do, you would want to, if you've been looking for something that you have a passion for in sports, and you are willing to sacrifice some time, they always could use people that are invested and hard workers and are willing to volunteer at events like this to make it happen. And yeah, it's not all just volunteer work. You're going to make memories as well. I know I made a lot when I was Master of Ceremonies down there. So Yeah, I mean, again, Friday 27th.
And you don't have to be from Newcomerstown to get involved.
True. Yeah, true.
Becky's from Dover.
Yeah.
We have Ray Taylor from
Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio.
Except if you're a New Philly Quaker, we'll accept you just because it's where Woody Hayes is from. So
I'll for myself, I can confirm.
there we go. There we go. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we've covered everything. I want to just keep saying it. You know, if you can't make Friday, all the real fun stuff is happening Saturday or Sunday. You know, show up for a few events. If you can't be there all day, doesn't matter. If you want to see some magic,
Seeing how fast he can throw the ball with the speed gun.
yeah, I got to warm my arm up. And, you know, it was something I did. And I've been throwing a little bit. I do pitching lessons here and there. But, you know, we might have to throw. And, you know, I'm willing to risk my body. But no, you know, it's a great group of people that are on committees. Even the people that aren't here that you aren't seeing on the screen at this time, there's other people involved that do a great job, and they'll all, you know, vouch for that. And I would just encourage you to go check it out. Again, every year, the last weekend in June, correct?
Fourth weekend.
Fourth weekend in June. And yeah, go experience it for yourself. If you love baseball, if you love Cy Young, if you love food, if you love magic, if you love entertainment, if you like seeing vintage baseball, or if you've never seen vintage baseball, I would say go out there and experience Cy Young Days Festival. Again, this is the 24th year?
Yep.
24th year.
24th festival.
And go contribute and, you know, make this a memorable one, but also make it possible for year 25. Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we get out of here?
Festival wouldn't happen if it wouldn't be for everybody that's involved in this committee. And everybody there is awesome.
I would agree. I would agree.
I will say the talent show and pet show, there are cash prizes for the talent show.
Ooh.
And the pet show, I believe they have packages, prize packages for those animals. So
Is there an age limit on the talent show?
there is not.
Okay. Well, is there like a registration date, or you just show up and say, I'm doing this?
Then they'll
Fun.
stand up and you get on stage and win some money maybe.
Okay. I might belly dance out there. No, I'm joking.
That would be worse.
You know, my talent is eating though, so I might just go out there and eat. So,
Well, we don't have any eating contests.
darn. Maybe that's something we can add next.
We have done it. We did it last year.
Oh, okay.
I would.
Oh yeah, I think I knew that. I knew that.
I wouldn't be surprised in the future if you don't see a pickle eating contest.
Ooh, okay.
We have a new factory in town, and that
Might be safer than pies.
Yeah, yeah. You might not be able to participate the rest of the day if you eat a whole pie.
And on behalf of the group, I'd like to thank you, Percy, for
Absolutely.
hosting us for this, to publicize it and hopefully bring some good crowds to the festival. We appreciate all you've done for us.
For sure. Well, you know, Big Time Sports has a lot more followers than 99 miles per hour. So that's why I was like, let's have it here. And then we'll also make sure we share, if this is the flyer you want, whatever it is you want us to share, we'll share on the Facebook page as well. You know, and then, you know, 60,000 people will get to see this. So we'll make sure we get that out early and often. Yeah, I'm looking forward to people getting to see this show, getting to learn about Cy Young Days Festival and Cy Young, and getting to see how committed and the committee is. So, all right. Well, again, make sure you guys go to our page, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, because we'll be posting information about Cy Young Days Festival and all the sports. You know, Big Time Sports, we're about Ohio sports, high school more specifically. We got some college on there. But if you're interested in any of that, live sports or catching replays, you can go to our YouTube page. And we're always trying to have, you know, updated content. We got Charlie Jones commentating on most of the games. And yeah, looking forward to, you know, after the summer wraps up, we got football coming up. So lots of exciting stuff coming up. But don't forget about Cy Young Days Festival. Again, Friday, June 27th, it all kicks off. And we'll hope to see you guys there. We'll see you in the next episode.